Hey everybody, this is Googy Ballyhoo. I hope you guys are having a wonderful night. I have not been having a good time as of late, and so I just wanted to get on here and have a good time. To be honest with you, like nothing serious. I'm trying to get comfortable. Excuse me while I fidget. Um, so I have in my backyard brought out my tarot deck, and I have brought out a table and myself, and so we are going to do a little reader reading just for funs. Z's, if that's a word. I'm not trying to get serious. I don't have any real questions. I've been doing a lot of readings in the last couple of, the literal couple of weeks, like every day of the mornings, because I have summers off. And so I have been spending these summers off, sort of trying to, this summer off, trying to do a burnout reset. It's been a super challenging year for so many reasons and in so many ways, and I know that that is true of most people all the time. Please ignore the sound of the air conditioning units in back of me, and also the dog poop. We're gonna we don't care that that's there, because I haven't cleaned it up today. I do it every day. Um, and that's good, and that's okay, and that's what is there. Love me or not. I just tried to set the camera up so that you could see me, and so that you could see the cards a little bit. As I'm chatting, I am just shuffling my deck. I'm using the Morgan Greer deck today. I really like the Morgan Greer deck because it is so similar to the Rider Waite, but it also um, has a really nostalgic feel to it in terms of when I started looking at tarot and reading tarot. Ooh, the World card. That just popped out of nowhere. It just feels like from when I started doing it, which honestly was, as soon as my babysitters or my babysitters' moms showed me tarot decks, I was all about it. And I couldn't have one in my house for a very long time because I grew up in a evangelistic Christian household, and ironically, my exposure to it was first from one of my mom's closest friends, like probably her best friend, and on a camping trip that we took one time, she showed me a deck of cards, probably the Morgan Greer deck, to be honest, and let me pull cards. And she said that she thought that I had a talent and that I was psychic, and that is not how I operate or proceed with cards. Okay, so I've shuffled them. I'm not going to cut them. I do have a method. Everybody has their own methods, and everybody swears by their own and says everybody else's is wrong. And I don't believe that. Everybody's welcome to do this the way they want, because the spirits are going to speak through you if that's what you believe. And if you're like me and you just happen to believe in sort of tapping into the collective subconscious or unconscious in a Jungian way, as problematic as that can be, then you are controlling the entire process in your own mind, right? And that's how I kind of look at it. Wow, I've pulled that card a lot in the last several weeks. Oh, that's a nice one too. Get that. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can make these more visible to you. There we go. Yep, that's better. Wait, which one can I not see? Okay. There's a fly that finds me delicious, and I don't like him or her anywhere near how much they like me. There we go. Now you can see. Okay. So I've done the first row. This is a modified Celtic cross that I'm doing. And so now I'm going to go above, which is just the first card at the top of the deck, and then I'm going to go below, and that's going to be the first card at the bottom of the deck that I'm going to pick from. And then I'm going to, that got weird. Yeah, oh, I see what happened. I'm going to go through these cards like this. I just sort of fan them out to pick the card that covers the querent. The querent is me. Got it. Okay, this guy has come up a bunch of times, and so that's going to be what covers me, which makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to pick up each card in order, and I'm just gonna talk about it a little teeny weeny bit. And I'm going to start. First of all, I'm just going to tell you about the placement. Okay, so the middle aisle going horizontal. That's going to represent from left to right. Left being over here. My left being over here. Left being the most recent past. The center card being. I'm going to have to hold these down because I can feel that the wind is sort of blowing them. The center card being the querent. And the querent is the person asking the question. So that's, in this case, that's me, sort of just universally a querent for the purposes of this reading. And then the next card over here is going to be, horizontally, is going to represent the recent future, like the most recent future, like relatively soon. Because if you're doing a Celtic cross, it's going to have another row, and in that row you'll have an outcome card, which sort of serves as the uber future card, I guess, like what's really gonna take place in your life. I'm holding this still for the moment because the wind just decided this is the time it wanted to blow. And then I'm gonna talk to you about from top to bottom. And so the top is gonna be like the top card going instead of horizontally, vertically. Top card is what is above you. Those are influences, like either where your mind is at, or like higher order, or higher being, if you believe in those things, or higher self messages, like the what's really like putting everything together from the physical to the metaphysical, sort of in your current situation. And then the middle card again is querent, and then the card at the bottom is going to be what is the foundation of where you're at, like the very earthly causes for whatever situation you're in. And then this card that crosses the querent is what covers you, and what covers you is like what's directly attached to you personally, like how your income, or how your emotional state, or how your job, or how any outside influence, or your friends, your direct outside world, like the most intimate parts of your direct outside world that you deal with on a day-to-day basis. Like what is the essence of that in this moment? And so I'm gonna start over here actually with this recent past, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you that is the Three of Cups. And when we look at the Three of Cups, we think of in my recent past, that's telling me I've had a time for sort of a fellowship that involves me and at least two other women. So in witchcraft, that would represent like you have a coven if you have three witches. Like really, you have a solitary practitioner is a solitary practitioner. But when you think of more than two people, when you think of three people, at least three people, you're thinking about a balance, a tripod, which is a stable structure. And so those three women represent like one woman. Sometimes it could be the mother, the maid, and the crown. It could be like those are the three graces, right? So you could say that is all of those things in union, in communion with each other. But a more modern way to look at it is like this is This is like a hen do or like a baby shower, right? Like this. These are three women who are celebrating something together, specific together. And so that says, if this card says that is in the recent past, that is something that has been a part of my life. And then so I'm going to go to the querent card, which is that's me, that's where I'm at. And then the card itself is the Six of Cups. And I didn't mention that on the last card. I don't know if the last card was the Three of Cups. This is the Six of Cups. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of the cards in this reading are cups, which means right now what I need to know about has to do with emotions and relationships, right? And so this card, the Six of Cups, depicts a young woman and a young man, and they're sharing a cup that has flowers, and they're surrounded by cups that have flowers. And so this is going to sort of a richness or a fullness of innocence and of sharing and giving and uh, emotional, like really innocent, wholesome emotional fulfillment. And I don't know if that's where I am at right now. And so that's really strange. I do know that I've been trying to come to accord with a lot of people in my life who I care about, but who have not actually been super supportive in my life. And I've been really working hard with those people to like um, improve myself, but as well have higher expectations for myself of them. Um, and I hope this card means that I'm going about that in a very gentle and correct way. And then the card that covers that's going to be the things that are affecting me right now, or what that, like, I could say, looking at that Six of Cups and then looking at the Seven of Wands, that what we're looking at here is my working my my working on those relationships. That's me. I'm doing that. I'm mending those bridges and those fences. And I'm mending those fences and building those bridges, right? That's what I meant to say. And in those relationships, and I hope that means there's a favorable response. But in then looking at this last card, I have a different understanding of that, which is we're going to go to the Eight of Cups, which is I recognize that I am full, and now that I need to get up from the table. So, and I'm very much in that frame of mind right now, which is interesting. So this is actually making a lot of sense to me as I read it, and this definitely applies to me. So, and now I'm going to move. I'm going to start from below and move upward because it's like a circle with a cross. What that means is the center. Everything intersects with this with the center card, right? The center card being the person who needs the healing or the message. And in this case, it's me. And so we've gone what has happened literally in space and time in my near past, in my present, and what covers that present, and then where I'm going in the near future with that. And we've talked about all of those, and now I'm going to go from bottom to top. And I don't know why I want to go bottom to top, but I do, and that's what I'm going to do. So the next, the card that lies beneath, or the one that is under the querent, for me, is going to be the Seven of Cups, which means, in this case, in this scenario, that I have had dreams or ideas or ideals that were beyond what is capable for me right now in just for me right now, spiritually, emotionally, and those are the things that have driven all of this journey from recognizing with the strength of other women, or all of myself, my motherly, and then my old self, reconciling all of those things together in order to move forward. My foundation always having been a dream that I was working toward, and my doubt right now that dream, that emotional dream, because this isn't talking about like my passion or my art or my whatever. It's talking about my emotional dreams, like what my goals were for relationships, right? Um, that I base stuff on that I come to a realization that ship has kind of sailed, which is a really tough place to be. But at the same time, working toward recovering those relationships to make some sort of new thing. Um, I hope that's the next step myself. Um, but that perhaps that was a faulty foundation, um, or at least the time for that. I need to that foundation has worn thin, and I need to make them. And that is the thing that covers the querent. That is evident in the Hermit card. That means that I need time to reflect on all of this, or that's what I have been doing, which I vary because it's what is above me, like what's sort of been on the surface, and what I've been really open with myself about. And that's certainly true that I have dedicated myself to taking this time to making my very own, very personal decisions about all of my relationships, and that is certainly true. Uh, and all of these things are really hard and really deep. Um, so I don't know is uh, I don't know if I would have done this if I had known that this reading would have been so deep and that I was sharing it. But it's out there. I mean, I'm okay with it being out there. And if anybody else has been through these kind of things, um, I was super vague about it, right? But like, I think some people could read between the lines. Um, If anybody else is in these situations and you ever need somebody to talk to, please know that I'm a person you can talk to. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for listening. Bye.